China has set a bold ambition for 2049 to evolve into a strong, democratic, civilized, harmonious, and modern socialist country. This grand vision includes transforming its armed forces into world-class powerhouses, sparking a global buzz. What will China do to reach such lofty heights? It's not just about being a superpower. China is aiming to be the superpower. China's naval forces have been expanding at an eye-catching pace over the past decade, following in the wake of its massive economic expansion, prompting many to ask, why the rush? Could this trigger an arms race with the United States Navy, challenging its long-held dominance? Some think this ambitious buildup is part of President Xi Jinping's bigger plan to boost China's global influence and shake up the balance of power in the region. Ultimately, there can only be one at the top. Who will it be? What we do know is that the plan, known formerly as the People's Liberation Army Navy, has developed into an imposing force. The question is, how will that force be used and against whom? Stay tuned to find out more. Operating in 5 branches, the Submarine Force, Surface Force, Coastal Defense Force, Marine Corps, and Naval Air Force, Plan commands a personal strength of 350,000, including 70,000 Marines and 30,000 in the Naval Air Force. The People's Liberation Army now boasts a fleet of approximately 370 ships and submarines, making it the largest navy in the world by number of vessels. In comparison, the US Navy maintains a fleet of over 290 ships. While the US Navy is renowned for its technological sophistication and global reach, China's rapid naval development is reshaping the maritime balance. Projections indicated by that 2025, China's fleet could expand to 400 ships, while the US aims to increase its fleet to 350 manned ships by 2045. China's strategy extends beyond numbers. It's actively constructing 2 new aircraft carriers, signaling a major enhancement in its naval capabilities. These carriers are central to China's strategy to defend its Asian-Pacific interests and extend its global influence. The Shandong, China's second aircraft carrier, is domestically constructed, which represents a significant advancement over its predecessor, the Liaoning. With a displacement of approximately 50,000 tons, the Shandong is equipped with modern electronic systems and an optimized design, enabling it to carry up to 36 J-15 fighter jets. In addition to the Shandong, China has launched its third aircraft carrier, the Fujian. This aircraft carrier is notable for being the first domestically developed and built carrier equipped with an electromagnetic aircraft launch system, a technology that enhances the efficiency and speed of aircraft operations. The Fujian's design includes a straight flight deck and advanced anchoring devices, marking a significant leap in China's naval engineering capabilities. These developments are part of China's broader strategy to expand its naval reach and assert its influence in regional and global maritime domains. By investing in advanced carrier technology and increasing its fleet size, China aims to project power more effectively and safeguard its interests on the high seas. The core of any serious naval power projection is the Carrier Task Force. Although the US has a staggering 11 of these, China is catching up fast. It commissioned its first carrier in 2012, launched its first domestic carrier in 2017, and is projected to have 6 carrier strike groups operational by 2035. If we're learning anything about the Chinese, it's that they generally follow through with their plans. So what does this all mean for the US Navy? Despite China's rapid naval expansion and the introduction of advanced ships and systems, many still regard the US Navy as the preeminent global naval force due to its extensive experience and technological edge. However, as China continues to pour its resources into its naval capabilities, the waters are getting murkier. Will the US Navy maintain its dominant position? Or could China's ascendant naval power become a force that reshapes maritime dynamics? With a fleet that spans the globe and a budget larger than the GDP of many smaller countries, the US Navy is not easily intimidated. Yet the question looms, how will it respond to China's challenge on the open seas? This growing naval rivalry is not just a matter of ships and carriers, it's about global power, strategy, and the future of international relations. Indeed, the US Navy's might isn't just a numbers game, it's also about the depth of experience and training of its sailors and officers. The US Navy's sailors and officers are among the world's most highly skilled and trained, ready to operate in the planet's toughest environments. Historical victories in both World Wars and the Cold War underscore this legacy, and today, the Navy remains a formidable force. But does having a larger fleet automatically mean better maritime power? Not exactly. A fleet of destroyers isn't necessarily superior if it lacks the technological edge. Think range, precision, networking, and capability, which are areas where US destroyers excel. The US operates 11 massive aircraft carriers, and its warships are equipped with cutting-edge technology like laser weapons, railguns, and next-gen electronic warfare, and a sophisticated network to control fleets of unmanned systems. In a potential engagement, these advantages suggest that Chinese carriers would struggle against the US Navy. The US Navy's advancement fifth-generation aircraft, such as the F-35B and F-35C, significantly bolster its air superiority. America-class amphibious assault ships are designed to accommodate the Marine Corps' future air combat element, including the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. F-35C is the US Navy's first stealth fighter and the world's only fifth-generation, long-range stealth strike fighter. In a Pacific conflict scenario, the US could also leverage F-22s and F-35As from strategic bases like Guam or Japan. Speaking of Japan, they've recently ramped up their defense capabilities by purchasing a significant number of F-35s, adding more teeth to their military and enhancing the security landscape in the region. This demonstrates the importance of maintaining a strong military alliance and presence in strategic locations. While China is developing its own fifth-generation fighter, the J-31, intended for carrier operations, the progress and effectiveness of this project remains uncertain. It's unclear whether China's J-31 can match the advanced capabilities of US and Japanese fighters, leaving a significant question mark over China's ability to counter such sophisticated adversaries in maritime conflicts. Moreover, the latest variants of US Navy Tomahawk missiles, capable of striking up to 900 miles away, are an immediate threat to Chinese carriers. These missiles can evade detection by most ship-based radar systems, posing a significant risk to Chinese naval operations in contested areas. All these factors combine to illustrate why the US Navy remains a formidable force that's not easily outmatched. This reinforces the idea that in naval warfare, quality and technological superiority often trumps sheer numbers. Chinese aircraft carriers could face a serious but often overlooked threat from US Navy attack submarines and undersea drones. The Block 3 and Block 5 Virginia-class attack submarines are crucial for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. Their advanced sonar and quieting technology allow them to approach high-risk areas stealthily, making them ideal for targeting Chinese surface ships with torpedoes and Tomahawk missiles launched from underwater. The specifics of the technology on these Virginia-class submarines are confidential, but senior US Navy officials have mentioned that they include innovations in quieting materials and antennas to minimize acoustic signatures and enhance detection capabilities. This could be just a glimpse of the full extent of the US Navy's capabilities. Also, these submarines are equipped with both heavyweight and lightweight torpedoes to neutralize threats. Admiral Sam Papero, commander of the United States Pacific Fleet, reaffirmed the US's commitment to maintain a strong presence in the South China Sea and beyond, abiding by international law. He praised the capabilities of the US submarine fleet, particularly the Los Angeles class and the newer Virginia class, noting their stealth and the difficulty China faces in tracking them. While recognizing China's efforts to modernize its navy, the US remains confident in its superior naval capabilities and strategic advancements, supported by an extensive network of allies. The US is actively stepping up its game in response to China's growing influence, focusing on enhancing its capabilities to block or challenge access, especially with new investments in unmanned systems, cyber capabilities, and undersea warfare. Considering these developments, what's your take on the future? Do you think the Chinese Navy will eventually outpace the US Navy, or will America continue to hold its ground? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.